Today, we're talking about what it means when you can't choose your favorite color, or if you're drawn to all of them and what that means. We will also explore neons, metallics, and pastel colors and what they say about your personality or maybe your emotional armor. Do you ever get asked, what's your favorite color, and you feel weirdly stressed about it? Like, what if you don't have one? Or maybe you kind of love them all. If that's you, you're not indecisive. You're actually more in tune with your emotions than you realize. Grab your tea or coffee, find your coziest corner, and let's get started. The color side of self-discovery. Chapter 1. What it says about you if you don't have a favorite color. If picking a favorite color seems basically impossible, that actually says a lot about you. Studies have shown that people who say they have no favorite color score high on openness, curiosity, and emotional intelligence. You might feel connected to many ideas at once. You might be resistant to be labeled or boxed in. You could also feel a little bit undefined, like you're still figuring things out, and that's totally okay. Actually, you're not alone. About 7% of people worldwide say that they do not have a favorite color. People like this are often highly empathetic, multi-passionate, strong in emotional intelligence, and they're more of creative generalists than really specializing in one thing. In fact, according to several studies on personality types, people who do not have a fixed favorite color often test very high on openness to experience new things. And being open to new experiences is one of the big 5 personality traits. This means you're likely to be open to new ideas, you enjoy novelty, and you resist being boxed into just one single aesthetic. So what's the color psychology tip for you? If you love them all, try changing small accents in your space. For example, like throw pillows or blankets. You can use different colors and just rotate them according to your mood. This will help your brain feel grounded, at the same time staying very flexible. I'm really curious if this is you. Comment below and tell me if you feel like you can never choose a favorite color. And if you're into psychology, self-awareness, self-discovery, go ahead and subscribe. Chapter 2. You love all of the colors. What does that mean? So if you genuinely love all of the colors, you might be what psychologists call a visual empath. You take in your surroundings deeply, and your preferences kind of shift with your feelings. People like you who love all of the colors usually need harmony and balance in their life, adapt to different moods and spaces easily, and feel a strong connection to others' emotions. A study from Lausanne, Switzerland found that the people who list multiple favorite colors tend to actually score highest on emotional sensitivity and empathy. Let's take this a little bit farther and let's talk about what it means for you. You might overextend yourself and try to kind of be everything to everyone, and that can be a little bit exhausting. Let me know in the comments if any of these resonate with you. You're a mood-based decision maker. You are drawn to diversity and inclusion, not just visually, but in people and ideas as well. Does that sound like you? You don't want to limit yourself because every color has its time and place. In color psychology, this might show up in your home or your wardrobe. Maybe your clothes range from beige, and kind of soft neutrals to bold and bright colors, really depending on your mood. And that's emotional flexibility, and it is a strength. If you genuinely love all of the colors, it's not indecisiveness, it is empathy. The color psychology tip for you. Use soft neutrals like cream or dusty gray to create a visually calming base. And then let other colors rotate gently like the seasons. People with strong color empathy often excel in jobs like therapy, art, and teaching. Chapter 3. what it means if you don't like any color. Now, let's look at the opposite situation. What if no color speaks to you? Believe it or not, this is also a message from your emotional self. People who feel disconnected from colors or prefer more a grayscale environment might be experiencing emotional burnout, craving simplicity or craving control, and are overwhelmed by decision making or really overstimulated. Some people may also prefer no color because they view things from a highly logical or minimalistic perspective. If you, for example, gravitate toward black or white, gray or beige, or you actively avoid all colors, it might actually point to a need for emotional protection, kind of neutrality, or even emotional rest. This does not mean that there is something wrong. No, not at all. But it might be a sign to check in with yourself and with your emotional well-being. Chapter 4. Rare favorites. Now let's talk about people who love unusual colors like neons or metallics. These are not your traditional favorites. You don't really see neon yellow or chrome in crayon boxes. But for some people, they represent powerful parts of their identity. Let's talk about the neon lovers. Neon pink, neon green, neon blue, yellow, all point to people who crave intensity and stimulation. They want to be seen, they want to be remembered, or maybe they want to make a statement. And let me know if this is you. You might reject traditional norms. You might be extroverted or just live in a heightened sensory world. Okay, so people who love neon colors often feel most alive in very vibrant, chaotic, and creative environments. They're not afraid to disrupt. Loving neon colors is very rare. And according to one study, neon color lovers have higher thrill-seeking personality traits and a love for self-expression. So on the flip side, you might get bored easily. Here's a color psychology tip for you. Neons are energizing, but they can be a little bit overstimulating. So keep them as accents. Neon art or bold furniture would be great in your workspace, but not great in your bedroom. Less than 3% of survey respondents said that their favorite color is a neon, but those who did were more likely to report high confidence levels and strong personal style. Now let's talk about metallic color lovers. Let's talk about gold, silver, copper, rose gold. Metallic lovers are usually futuristic thinkers, people who dream big, and they love a touch of glamour. A study found that metallics trigger the brain's reward center, the same part as chocolate or music. So if you love metallic colors, you might love the feeling of luxury and success, be driven by personal growth, and you crave visual shine to reflect your inner sparkle. So here is a psychology tip for you. Use metallics sparingly. Gold lamp or a silver frame in your space will boost confidence and motivation, but just do not overdo it because too much shine will cause mental fatigue. 4% of people list a metallic shade as their favorite color in surveys, but they often rank highest in ambition. They're often perfectionists or visionaries. So yes, they are rare preferences, but they are not random. They signal strong inner identities. Now, if you love pastel colors, you are the gentle idealist. So pastels equal hope, softness, and emotional healing. You are likely a very gentle soul who values peace over power. And according to one interior trends study, people who decorate their homes in pastel colors tend to rate themselves as more emotionally sensitive and more optimistic. So you might need a quiet space to recharge. You might feel deeply affected by your environment. So here is a color psychology tip for you. Use pastel blues or lilacs in your bedroom to promote emotional recovery after a long day and better sleep. Now you can balance them with wood or even stone textures just to stay more grounded. So are you a pastel person? Let me know in the comments. Maybe your favorite color is always changing, or maybe it's neon, or maybe none at all. Whatever it is telling you something. Now tell me in the comments, has your favorite color changed, or are you still figuring it out? If you missed part 1 and 2 of this series, they are linked right here, so check them out. If you're interested in color psychology or you know a friend who would be interested, share it with them. And thank you so much for being here, for watching, and please be kind to yourself. And I'll see you next time.